Hey guys, I'm back in the room that has all of the reasons why people have joined our EMS program and joined our EMS career. Wanted to tell you a little bit about why I have stayed with it. Way back when, long time ago, I was not even an EMT, wasn't even an ambulance driver, hadn't started that training yet. I was just doing my third person orientation. We had a call. And the call was for what we used to call a little old lady. She was an older woman, probably in her 60s or 70s, and the call was for just a chest discomfort. So we emergency out there, and I'm all excited because I'm getting to ride an ambulance for one of the first times. And we arrive on scene and take her to the back bedroom, and she's laying there in bed. And I don't know anything yet. I'm not through EMT school. I remember my first aid for Boy Scouts, and that was about it. The two real crew members were taking care of her and assessing her and doing everything they needed to do, and they felt she was pretty critical. So we quickly loaded her on the stretcher and got her out to the ambulance and took off to the hospital. We were way out in the county, so we had a good 30-minute ride to the hospital. I was just sitting there on the squad bench. I didn't know what to do. I hadn't had any training. I didn't know what was wrong with her. My partner that was in the back at the time was doing all sorts of stuff with oxygen and assessing her and listening to things and putting her on heart monitors and IVs and all that. And I'm like, I don't know what to do. So I just kind of sat there. And then I looked at her, and she looked scared. So all I did was reach out and hold her hand. I took her hand and I held it. And the whole way to the hospital, I just held her hand and talked with her a little bit. We get to the hospital, and my partner had done all sorts of stuff, and medications he had given had worked, and her heart rhythm had smoothed out, and blood pressure had come back up, and she was doing much better. And we moved her onto the hospital bed. And again, I didn't know really what to do, so I just kept holding her hand. And my partner was telling the nurses and the doctors all that had happened and what he had done and how she had responded to treatment and done all that. And it was all cool to me. I just thought it was amazing that he could do all this stuff and fix this stuff. But I'm still there just holding her hand thinking I'm not doing anything. And the nurse comes over and asks her, well, ma'am, how are you feeling now? And she looked up and she looked at me and smiled, and she looked back at the nurse and smiled and said, I'm doing so much better. He held my hand the whole way. And she attributed everything that made her feel better to me holding her hand. And I really hadn't, in my mind, done anything. There wasn't any medicine that I had done, but it taught me a couple of things. One, it was amazing what this paramedic was able to do and what he knew, and I don't even know what he gave and all that, but he fixed her, at least temporarily, and got her alive to the hospital where they could really work on her. And just the fact that he was able to know all that and know what to do and took care of her and kept her alive and gave her another chance at life, that was amazing to me. But it taught me another important thing. It oftentimes isn't what we do, but it's how we make our patients feel. And just by holding her hand, I had done the world for her. I didn't think I had done anything, but in her mind, I'm the one that had saved her that day. I know I didn't. I know it was my partner, but it was a really important lesson that showed me just what a difference we can make when people are having terrible days, but maybe the worst day of their life. And as an EMS provider, I can come in there and I can help and I can make a difference. And that was really an important lesson for me. If you're interested in joining us, we'd love to have you here at Northwest-Shoals Community College. We're starting classes soon. Come see me, come text me, email me, call me, message me. Just get in touch with me, and I would love to help you get set up to join us here and join this wonderful profession. Thanks for listening.